You don't have to earn this. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to hold your breath or hide your truth. I choose you, exactly as you are, still becoming, still unfolding, still uncertain, and still divine. I choose you when you're grounded, and I choose you when you're spinning, when your voice shakes, when your body doesn't feel like home, when you forget how radiant you are. I choose you in your softness, in your stillness. I choose you when the world makes no sense and you don't know what to do next. You who have lived so many lives inside one skin. You who learned how to hold yourself when no one else did. You whose laughter comes from somewhere deep and sacred. You who sometimes forgets how lovable you are. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not too much. You are multidimensional. You are not a burden. You are a blessing still blooming. I don't choose you because you sparkle. I choose you because you're real. Because your voice isn't polished. It's honest. Because your body tells the truth even when your mouth can't find the words. Because your silence speaks volumes, and I've learned how to listen to it. I choose the ballet you sometimes wish was flatter. The thighs that have carried you through decades of becoming. The skin that remembers every fire and every healing. Your scars are sacred script. Your softness is not shameful, it's a sanctuary. Your scars are sacred cartography, and your heartbeat is a map I want to memorize. I want to know the sound of your sighs in safe spaces, the rhythm of your breath when you're held, the poetry your body writes when it doesn't have to perform. You don't have to invite me in. I'll wait at the door of your trust, not as a test, but as devotion. This love does not rush. This love reveres. I choose you when you are vibrant, and I choose you when you are void. When you glow, when you grieve, when you grow, when you stall. You are not a season. I will not leave when the weather changes. You are the sky, the tide, the temple, and every version of you is sacred. I want to hold your joy like it's holy, and I want to witness your sadness without fixing it. You do not have to be easy to be enough. You do not have to earn care. You do not have to collapse to be noticed. You do not have to be useful to be precious. You can be messy and still be miraculous. You can be undone and still be divine. You can be ordinary and still be worshipped. I don't choose the highlight reel. I choose the behind the scenes, the trembling hands, the cracked voice, the morning breath, the quiet mornings and the unfinished healing. You, at your most uncurated, are still breathtaking. I want to meet the part of you that flinches at kindness and sit beside it patiently. I want to be a place where your nervous system can exhale, not perform, not please, just exist. You don't have to talk all the time. You don't have to smile when it's not real. I would rather hold silence with you than hear words that cost you peace. And if the only thing you say is, "I'm tired," I will believe you. And I will not ask you to be anything other than what you are in that moment. You are not a task. You are a tenderness. You are not a lesson. You are a living prayer. You are not a project. You are a person. And I will never treat your healing like a deadline. You are not mine to fix. You are yours to unfold. And I am here to witness, not to pull you apart, just to remind you, you are already whole. I will not touch you with expectation. I will not speak to you with performance in my tone. I will meet you where you are, and I will not ask you to hurry. If your body says no, I will not ask it for a maybe. If your soul goes quiet, I will not fill the space with noise. If you forget how to shine, I will sit with you in the dark. I don't need your light to know you're luminous. I don't need your certainty to trust your process. And I don't need your perfection to love your presence. Because I do. I love your presence. The way it fills a room without trying. The way it makes silence feel safe. The way it lets me be human too. I love the way your voice shifts when you speak from the soul. I love the way your hands move when you talk with passion. I love the way your body tells the truth even when you can't explain it. I love the way you cry when you've been holding too much. I love the way you laugh like it sets something free. I love the way you return to yourself after getting lost. I love how you carry your stories, scattered, sacred, still sorting themselves out. I love the dreams you're scared to say out loud. I love the quiet courage that has carried you thus far. You don't have to do anything for me to stay. You don't have to impress me, seduce me, or perform wellness. I choose you again and again and again. I want to walk beside you when you're not leading. I want to witness your fire and your stillness. I want to see who you are when no one's watching. Because that's where your soul breathes loudest. I want to know what it looks like when you stop trying. When your guard is lowered and your plans are unraveling. When you're unsure of your next step but still standing. I want to learn your edges. Not to soften them, but to honor them. I want to be with your boundaries and feel safe in their clarity. I want to kiss the places that have gone unloved without asking them to change. I want to love your mind when it spirals, not just when it's still. I want to see your shadows and not be afraid. Because you've never been too much. You've just been unheld. So let me hold space. Let me trace your timeline without rewriting it. Let me know you, not just the version you think is easiest to love. Because this love isn't here to edit you. It's here to echo you back to yourself. Gently, boldly, without leaving. You are not the burden. You are the bloom. And I will choose you through the hard seasons, not just the harvest. I will stay when it's messy. I will love you when you're learning. You don't need to keep up with me. You don't need to match my pace. You just need to be real, and I will meet you there. You are not too slow. You are not too loud. You are not too complicated. You are exactly the shape this moment asks for. And I trust you. Yes, even now. You are not the apology. You are the arrival. So come as you are. Come messy, tired, excited, unsure. Come as the version of yourself that doesn't want to try today. Come as the dreamer, the skeptic, the survivor, the flame. Come as the lover who forgot how to open. Come as the body that's learning to feel again. Come as the question that hasn't been answered. Come as the breath that says, I'm still here, and I'll meet you with hands that aren't here to fix, but to feel. With eyes that aren't searching for flaws, but for your frequency. With a heart that doesn't want perfection, just presence. I choose you. Still. Now. Always. And I will keep choosing you until your own voice remembers how to say it too. I didn't stop choosing you after the spark, after the poetry, after the newness. I still choose you, after the visible marks of becoming, after the silence of fatigue, after the honest truths that shook us both. I choose you on the days when love isn't a rush, but a rhythm. When it's less a firework and more a flickering candle that we keep relighting because we want to. I still choose you when your joy is quieter, when your face is tired, when your passion feels paused and your magic isn't loud. I still choose you when healing is slow, when mornings are tender, when your body wants comfort, not adventure. I still choose the way you breathe through the ache, the way you tell the truth even when your voice trembles, the way you stay soft in a world that tries to harden you. You don't need to be dazzling. You don't need to be certain. You just need to be here. And I'll keep reaching for you. Not because I'm afraid to be alone, but because something in me knows your presence is home. I choose you, even when the dishes are in the sink and your thoughts feel scattered and your ideas aren't ready to bloom. I choose you when your inbox is full, your schedule is empty, and your confidence is cracked open and raw. You don't need to impress me. You don't need to explain where the time went. You don't need to translate your silence. You being here, breathing, blinking, being, is enough. I choose the version of you that is resting, the one who's not launching anything, the one who's healing in quiet, private ways that no one else sees. I choose the part of you that says, I'm not okay, but I'm trying. And I don't love you less on the days when you can't try at all. I choose the version of you who doubts their worth and shows up anyway. I choose the one who cancels plans because they finally choose themselves. You don't have to perform intimacy for me to feel close. You don't have to initiate. You don't have to prove. I still choose you, even when you forget how to receive it. I choose you when we don't have the answers, when the road ahead feels blurry and we can't make out the next right step. I don't need certainty to love you. I don't need clarity to stay. I just need to remember who we are when we breathe side by side without pretending. I choose the awkward pauses, the interrupted sentences, the I don't know what I need yet moments. Because even then, especially then, you are worth staying with. I don't love you for what you give. I love you for how you are, for how your presence feels like a deep exhale in a world of forced smiles and shallow breath. You are not an expectation, and you are not an obligation. You are a daily invitation to stay honest, stay awake, and stay soft. You don't need to glow for me to believe in your light. You don't need to give more than you have. You are not the source of my happiness. You are simply a constellation I love looking at. You don't need to move mountains to be seen. You don't need to handle it to be held. Let me be someone who doesn't need you to be impressive. Let me be someone who sees the sacred in your slowness, in your size, in your being. Let me be someone who stands at the edge of your tenderness and never tries to take this over. Because this love, it doesn't dominate. It doesn't fix. It doesn't keep score. It keeps showing up. Even when you're in process. Even when you're grieving something you can't name. Even when you pull back, not to disappear, but to gather yourself. I will not chase you, but I will not leave you. I will not demand a performance when all you have is presence. I choose you in your no's just as much as your yeses. I choose you in your stillness just as much as your momentum. You don't have to be a sunrise every day. Sometimes you are the dusk, the breath before rest, the hush before a healing, and I will love you there too. I don't just want your inspiration. I want your in-between. The version of you that doubts your glow, the one who forgets why they started. I choose the version of you that stares at the ceiling and wonders if anything you're doing matters. The version that cries at random songs. The version that doesn't know how to ask for help, but wishes someone would offer. I want to be that offer. Without conditions, without urgency, without needing to be repaid. I choose you even when you don't feel like choosing yourself. Even when you push me away with silence because your soul is sorting through something secret. I choose the part of you that disappears, not out of manipulation, but out of exhaustion. I see it, and I stay. You don't have to perform depth for me to feel you. You don't have to force connection when your body just wants to rest. If all we do is breathe in the same room, I still choose that. Because I didn't sign up for the highlight reel. I signed up for you. And I didn't make a vow to your confidence. I made a vow to your humanity. I want to love the version of you who's curled into themselves with a blanket and an unanswered text. The one who questions their own worth on Tuesday afternoons. The one who says, I don't know who I am right now. That one? That one is my favorite. Because that one is honest. That one is tender. That one is you. And this love isn't about elevation. It's about eye level. It's not about rescuing you from your shadows. It's about sitting beside them until they remember they're not alone. I won't give you ultimatums. I'll give you space and softness. I'll give you presence, not pressure. It's not about rescuing you from your shadows. It's about sitting beside them until they remember they're not alone. I won't give you ultimatums. I'll give you space and softness. I'll give you presence, not pressure. I'll give you a hand, not a hurry up. You are not a delayed version of someone better. You are not a prequel to a more polished self. You are not a waiting room for the worthy. You are already here. Already holy, already enough. And I still choose you. I still choose you when you forget how to speak your needs. When your yes gets quiet, when your no feels heavy, when your nervous system says, I don't know if I'm safe yet. I choose you. When you go still to protect yourself, when words retreat into silence, and all you can offer is presence. That's enough for me, because I don't want a perfect partner. I want a true one. I want the version of you that trusts me enough to show me what's real. I want the tears you thought you had to hide. I want the dreams you buried because they felt too big. I want the fears you've never said out loud. I want the stories you've rewritten in your head just to survive. You don't need to be soft to be sacred. You don't need to be healed to be held. I choose you when you're curled on the floor with doubt. I choose you when your to-do list is untouched and your soul is loud and tired. I choose you when you're not glowing, when you're just getting through. Because I know that version of you. Because I've been them too. And because I would want someone to stay with me there. This love doesn't need milestones to matter. It's built in the small hours, the slow looks, the breath shared when words won't come. This love doesn't keep score. It holds space. It doesn't ask, "What did you do for me today?" It asks, "How are you really?" and means it. I still choose you when you're rebuilding, when you're changing course mid-sentence, when the blueprint no longer fits and all you have is intuition. I choose the version of you who tears down what isn't true anymore, even when it was safe, even when it was expected. I choose you in your pivots, in your pauses, in the sacred unraveling that makes room for something more honest. You don't owe me coherence. You don't owe me certainty. You don't owe me a smile. You are not here to perform. You are here to be held. And I will hold you through your molting seasons. When the shell cracks, when the old name doesn't fit, when the costume comes off and all that's left is your pulse. That's still enough for me. I will choose you when your edges feel sharp. When you say, "I need space," and really mean it. When you retreat, not to punish, but to protect something sacred inside. I will not follow you to fix. I will not mirror abandonment with my own. I will wait, not with desperation, but with devotion. Because you are not a problem to solve. You are a presence to honor. And if honoring you means letting go of the script, if it means walking at your pace, if it means staying while saying nothing, I will do that. Because I don't need the perfect moment. I need the real one. And you are real. Not just when you're radiant, but when you're reassembling. Not just when you're whole, but when you're wondering if that's even the goal anymore. I will not shrink from your shadows. I will not demand your light. I will sit with what is and call it beautiful. Not because it's easy, but because it's true. I still choose you when the day ends quietly, when no breakthroughs arrive. And the only miracle is that you're still here. I choose you when the dishes remain undone, when the inbox is ignored, when your body says rest and you actually listen. That too is holy. I still choose you when the world doesn't understand your rhythm, when your pace is different, when your dreams don't make sense on paper. I choose the part of you that values peace over performance, presence over applause. I choose the life we're building in invisible ways. The gentle trust, the small rituals, the way our nervous systems lean toward each other like plants to sunlight. I choose this when no one else is watching, when there are no photos, no witnesses, no metrics to measure it. I choose this love because it lets us breathe and be and belong. And I will keep choosing you on days when your light feels dim and on days when it blinds me. I will keep choosing you, not for what you do, but for who you are when everything else is stripped away. You don't have to return to who you were. You don't have to arrive where you thought. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to rest in the becoming. I will not hold you to your past self. I will walk beside the one who's here now, and the one after that, and the one after that. This love is not a contract. It's a sanctuary. A place where you can unfold without fear of being left. A place where your soul can take its shoes off and stay a while. So if you ever wonder, if I stopped achieving, would I still be loved? Let me answer now. Yes. And again, yes. And again, forever, yes. You, exactly as you are, still becoming, still shedding, still enough. I choose you. I still choose you. Always.